Hey guys, Adam Hart here. Here's the best settings in Rise of the Ronin to help you play better and enjoy the game more. It's important to change this first setting because it'll make your whole experience better. By default, circle will be the sprint button. The first thing you want to do is change this by going to settings, controls, and changing the preset at the top to hold sprint, which places sprint on L3. That's how to sprint for most games, so you guys are used to that, and this makes circle your dodge, which feels way better. However, if you're used to Souls games, you might like to leave it on default. This next change will literally save you time. It's so amazing. In controls, turn on auto collect items. Instead of having to press R1 every single time to pick something up, you could just run through anything to instantly pick them up. You will automatically pick up plants when running through a field, or materials on the ground when looting buildings, and it makes everything easier to collect, which is amazing, and more games should honestly have this. Save even more time by going to hold time and setting it to the lowest, which is 1, so you don't have to hold R1 to interact with things for long, like opening chests, interacting with people for missions or banners. Now all of that starts with just 1 second instead of waiting longer. While still in controls, you can set your glider control to inverted, so when you press down on the analog stick, you go down. If this is on normal, you actually go up when you press down, and this game calls inverted the opposite. So that's up to personal preference, do what you like there. The game also places English as the default audio language, even though the game is set in Japan. So go to language and audio and change audio language to Japanese. The English voice acting also sounds really off in this game. Go down to audio output and change it to 3D audio effects if you have a headset. Even if you have a simple headset, it'll sound a lot better. Go down 1 to dynamic range and place it on wide to improve your audio even more. In-game settings, set critical hit assassinate button to on so you can see the triangle button prompt come up on enemies. Now it's easier to see and it just looks better. If this is set to off, you'll just see a red circle, but it helps to visually see the button prompt, which is useful when there's lots of enemies on screen, and I think it's more satisfying as well. While still in game settings, go under the HUD category. It's extremely useful to turn on damage to enemies and damage to self so you can see what's happening during a fight and improve your situational awareness. Turn up your camera speed in the camera section since it's too slow, and you can turn up your aim speed as well. While still in camera, turn up the camera distance the whole way to 4 so you can see more around you, which also helps you in combat so you can see when people attack you from the sides. In visuals, for your graphics mode, set it to prioritize FPS. However, if you choose graphics or ray tracing instead, make sure to turn off the frame rate limit so you get increased frames. I would still recommend prioritizing FPS as this is a very action heavy game and frames are very important, especially with counter sparks. That's when you press triangle right when someone hits you. The graphics aren't on the high end anyway, so just prioritize gameplay. Go down to motion blur and turn it off. You also want to turn off everything under motion blur, which will make the game look better, especially turning off noise filter, which adds a film grain, which really doesn't look good in any game, and it definitely isn't good for a game that already struggles with having good graphics like this one. All these settings here makes your gameplay even better and will help you enjoy the game even more. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more tips and free roams which I have on the channel. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment any tips you may have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.